really matter. It's almost just your strategy of how can you utilize each player.
So we're ready to go, and trotting into the batter's box is Lindsey Stewart-Vaughn, and she takes the first pitch from Shannon Sale just outside for ball one. High noon, 12 p with the first pitch. Eyes on the sky for a majority of this day, just to make sure Mother Nature can be calm with that projected rain as Sale paints the outside corner with a 1-0 pitch, strike one. Lindsey Stewart on the season has started all 18 games for the now 7-11 Houston Cougars, coming off a tough loss to the Roos of UMKC to start the day. Here's the 1-1 from Sale. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stewart's numbers, .367 average. His team's hit a handful of home runs this season. The starters, they've hit 18 bombs so far this season, so they've got that in the arsenal if necessary. Here's the 1-2. That just misses outside.
I think one thing for Houston to really come out on top is to just do the little things. I think we all are very well aware of OU sticks, so I think just piecing it together for Houston is going to have to be the name of the game.
The 2-2. Did she go? They'll check with the third base umpire, who says no. So a check swing from Stewart on a ball that was a little up and out, full count. The Sooner defense for a leadoff hitter, surprisingly deep at first, is Snow. Johns is even with the bag with his 2-strike count. Sale brings it home, fouled straight back. Oh, the first time one of those gorgeous yellow softballs will roll back down the backstop, and of course it gets stuck.
Memories.
Haven't had a chance to watch that in a while. Maybe as the crowd continues to grow, we can get the woos back with it as well.
Yep.
One of 2 softballs currently stuck on the netting behind home plate here at the USA Softball Hall of Fame Stadium. Full count. Sale's ready. The 3-2. Out straight back again. We're going to spend a lot of time today, Destiny, 2 games talking about this facility, but it's jaw-dropping since the last time we've been here, how incredible this looks with the completed upper deck. Unreal.
Yeah, I think the last time you were here, you probably didn't see any of the upper deck or the new concourse. Well, the concourse is created due to the upper deck.
3-2 pitch just misses outside. I thought Hansen had framed that beautifully, but it's a walk to start the game, and as we talked about, Destiny, that's one thing that you don't like to see early, and Shannon Sale will try to shake it off as Bethany Bush, the DP, digs in. Lindsey Stewart at first, Bethany Bush, the DP, batting second, and the third baseman, Queen, is in the 3-hole. She waits on deck. Here's the first pitch, and that misses outside, too.
Yeah, you can really see that Shannon's really trying to paint the corners. I think in this situation, they've got to work that outside corner to kind of put the ball into Jana John's hands. Try to turn a double play.
Sale, long look into the Sooner dugout. Sooners down that third baseline in the dugout. The 1-0, again low and away. Kind of give you an idea of how socially distanced the Sooners dugout is right now. Sooner hitting coach and outfielders coach JT Gasso is actually in that camera well that is right next to the Sooner dugout, along with Kelsey Arnold, Sooner strength and conditioning coordinator Dane Summers, and Sooner director of operations Jackie Livingston. So the Sooners doing what they can to stay socially distanced. See Jake Scroggins, their equipment guru, up on the top step too, as Hansen trotted out to chat with Sale. Runner at first, just underway. The 2-0 pitch from Sale. High, ball 3. Ooh. Now Jen Rocha is going to jog out. Sooner pitching coach Jennifer Rocha, and chat with Shannon Sale. What do you think Coach Rocha wants to see here?
I think she just needs to gain some control. I mean, it looks like mechanics look good. It doesn't look like she's losing her footing or anything, but she is kind of losing control at that release. So they may be discussing something.
Sooner bullpen is not active, but it's perched and ready to go beyond the left field wall. See Baylor Boyd down beyond the left field wall, along with that Kinsey Kelso. Macy McAdoo popped out of the Sooner dugout, but a couple of pitchers down waiting to see if they're called upon. Now they need Sale to throw some strikes. She's behind on the count 3-0. Houston coming off a tough loss from the Roos, looking for a fast start. Sale puts the 3-0 right where the 3-2 pitch looked to be to the leadoff hitter Stuart Vaughn, excuse me, and it's a called strike.
Yeah, and I think in this situation too, Sale just needs to maybe settle down a little bit and trust. I mean, we go back to their offense. I think that she can trust some wiggle room. If she can just throw some strikes and put the balls on the ground, trust her defense is a huge asset to this game. That
3-2 pitch misses a little out, ball 4. Second straight walk to start this game for Shannon Sale. The first time Sale pitched against Houston, she came out of the pen back on February 21st and allowed 1 hit in 2 1/3 innings between the 2 games. Sarah Queen, first pitch strike. That's a good sign. Sale pitched 2/3 in the opener, which was a 12-4 Sooner win, where she struck out 1 through just 9 pitches. Came on in relief in an inning and 2/3 in the Sooners' 5-3 win, allowed just a hit and struck out 4. Here's the 0-1. Popped up, foul territory. Is there room to make a play? Just beyond the reach of Gianna Johns. We'll give her credit for a diving attempt on
exactly. It's just great effort, but the dimensions of this field are so different. I feel like everything is just more wide and in open field. You don't really know where you're at. That angle she took is pretty tough to read that ball, but good effort, great effort.
Let's see if Sale can bounce back here. Ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Sarah Queen. Sale's ready to pitch. Out foul again, this time down the right side. That'll get a couple rows up in the original seating areas. We haven't quite had our first foul ball here in the upper deck yet. We've got our camera guy Baylor positioned to go chase that ball down just in case it happens. First and second, nobody out, just underway. Oklahoma and Houston. Here's the 0-2 from Sale. Popped up behind home plate. That's going to get back to us. No chance for Kinsey Hansen to make a play. We'll do it again. Sarah Queen's doing a nice job, the senior, of battling off some good pitches here from Shannon Sale, isn't she?
Yeah, she's doing a great job. I think really just understanding the direction of the pitch and going with it or pulling it. I think she's done a great job of going foul in each direction.
No balls, 2 strikes. Sale brings it home. Popped up. This is in play for the second baseman Jennings, who races behind Snow at first to make the catch, and there's 1 out. Speaking of T.R.A. Jennings, Sooners second baseman, played a little third, has played a little short, played a little first. She's played every position. Snow's at first again today with Lyons at short, Gianna Johns over third. Kinsey Hansen gets the start for game 1. And in the outfield with Allo, Coleman, and Mendez, it's a little different feel. I don't know if it really is the case, but it just always appears as if there's more space out there here at USA Softball Hall of Fame.
It does. It does look gigantic out there. I mean, look at this left center gap.
First pitch is a swing and a miss strike to Katie Ray Brown.
That's a lot of room that you got to cover out there.
Now, there's no kind of jogging to get to a gap. You feel like you're going to be in full sprint to everything, regardless of how shaded you are towards it. The 0-2 is a really nice pitch. The upper edge of the strike zone to the outside corner, and an 0-2 count for Katie Ray Brown. And Shannon Sale looking to bounce back after back-to-back walks to start the game.
She seems like she's coming together a lot after those first 2 batters. She's gotten ahead in the count with these last 2. Really putting herself together.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss! 2 away. Second straight K for Shannon Sale, and there's 2 outs in the first. We've talked a lot about it. It's going to be a major storyline today, and that's the weather, presented by the Trails Golf Club of Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. You're confident. I'm confident. But they expect some rain to start rolling in around 5 o'clock today. It is gorgeous, though. Overcast, 63 degrees right now. As Rock Benavides steps in and takes the first pitch up for a ball.
It is a great day for some softball.
I mean,
that's for sure.
If we didn't have the threat of rain, this is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, not too much sun, not too hot.
This is almost shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah, winds out of the south.
We have had some cold weathers here.
10 miles an hour. Tell me about it. Here's the 1-0. Good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just underway between Oklahoma and Houston. Scoreless, but the Cougars are mounting an early rally after back-to-back walks. The 1-1. Did she go? No. Pitch was a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike.
I like how Kinsey tried to frame that. Trying to bring that back in.
If there is one thing that's been consistent with all 3 of the Sooner catchers that they regularly use, they do a really nice job in trying to frame every pitch. The 2-1. Like that.
Yeah.
Just missed.
She does a great job. It's always interesting to see catchers work on that and how much of an art it really is and how much goes into it. Because it's just a subtle movement to really bring it back in and get in that perfect angle for the umpire. Sometimes it's a game changer.
Absolutely. As that 3-1 pitch finds the lower edge of the strike zone to run it to a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Foul tip. Staying alive is Rock Benavides with Aspen Howie on deck. Oklahoma looking to work around a couple of early inning walks. Three balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Hit well but foul and out of play.
They're really making Shannon work out there. A lot of foul balls.
I think sometimes fans get tired of me saying this because you want 1, 2, 3 innings, 1, 2, 3 innings, 1, 2, 3 innings. But I like to see Sooner pitchers get put in positions like this to work through them. I don't want to see them give up runs.
Right.
But to see Sale have to work, I think this is good for her.
Right. It's really good, and it's a battle. And it teaches them, too, how far can I get off the plate for you to chase or for you to foul it off.
Not that far.
Yeah, no, that was a little bit too far.
Ball 4 to Benavides, and the bases are loaded for Aspen Howie. Senior center fielder who is making just her 11th start of the game, hitting just 185 on the season for Howie.
This is a tough situation, but a good situation for her to battle through this early in the season.
First pitch to Howie. There you go. Ooh. Where did that miss? He must have been down a bit.
Not sure. We
have an incredible angle here at USA Softball Hall of Fame Stadium. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better broadcast crew, but we are up a little bit. And since I am a homer, every pitch looks like a strike. So ball 1. Bases loaded, top of the first, the 1-0. Check swing foul. Ball and a strike. I almost couldn't tell for a moment if that had hit her bat or not. Obviously it did because nobody moved on the base paths. The runner to first is Benavides. Bethany Bush stands at second with Lindsey Stewart-Vaughn at third. Sooners looking to get out of this first inning jam unscathed. The 1-1. Little low, ball 2. And now we're going to have our third trip to the circle already here in the top of the first. Kinzie Hansen came out early. Jennifer Rocha came out to talk to Shannon, and now Kinzie Hansen back out. And the home plate umpire, no patience here. Don't blame him.
No, first inning, we want to get moving. I think it's tough in this situation for Kinzie to fully understand where the pitches may be going. It seems like she's missing some spots. And also calling the pitches. We don't know where she's comfortable right now.
Almost fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a great point. In other words, Coach Rocha, who's calling it from the bench, and maybe Kinzie Hansen wanted to make sure that Shannon's getting the proper call, or just see, hey, you need to do this to make sure you're hitting the spot. It's a great point.
And I think even as a catcher, getting crossed up is not, it's tough to frame something when you're getting crossed up.
The 2-2. Now tip barely staying alive is Aspen Howard. Paige Lott wakes on deck. She's the 7-hole hitter. Brittany Shaw in the 8-hole with Paige Holzen in the 9. The 6, 7, the 6, 7, and 9-hole hitters for Houston, all batting under 200. Don't let this spot in the lineup beat you if you're Shannon Sale. Big pitch here. The 2-2 almost hit her. Ball 3. Shannon takes a long walk to the back of the circle. You know the Sooners are going to score runs. You just don't want to end up in an early hole that could have been avoidable.
Right.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Oh, Shannon Sale made him sweat, but gets out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Oklahoma and Houston are scoreless on Sooner Sports TV, presented by OU Health. On the season, Tiare Jennings will lead things off. We roll through the starting lineups off the top of the broadcast, but I'm excited for you to see Jada Coleman today, Destiny.
Yes.
She's got a lot of Destiny Martinez.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm excited to see her. I'm excited to see Jennings. I've heard great things about her highlights. Her highlights have been phenomenal. I get really excited for the freshman to come in.
She takes the first pitch for ball 1. By the way, starting lineups today brought to you by the OU College of Professional and Continuing Studies. Degrees online, on site, on your schedule. Here's the 1-0. Called strike from Megan Lee. 4.83 ERA on the season for Lee. This is her 5th start. She does have a complete game. 22 strikeouts, 15 walks. Opponents hitting .247 against her. As the 1-1 is lined into left field. A base hit. Tiare Jennings, stay hot. And the Sooners get their first hit of the game on the second pitch of the game. And here comes Jocelyn Alo. It goes without saying that the start to this season for Jocelyn Alo has been an historic start to the 2021 season. By our calculations, Sooner Media Relations Director Patrick Dunn and I, her 32-game hitting streak is the longest in Sooner softball history. As she takes the first pitch inside for a ball.
Wow, that's not a bad record to have.
Not at all.
I take it.
we went digging, and unfortunately there wasn't, I think, one that had reached 30 yet, so there wasn't anything as far as an historic list as the 1-0 pitch. Caught the inside corner from Lee. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the next closest we could find, Nicole Mendez had a 29-game hitting streak. Here's the 1-1.
Okay, how far back did you look?
I think as far back as we can go on our records. And
Okay.
Carl Anderson, who had been the media relations guru whenever you guys were winning national titles, kept extensive and exquisite notes.
Oh, yeah.
But we couldn't find anything beyond 29 for Mindy, the 2-1.
I don't remember that in my playing days either. I feel like we would have acknowledged one of our teammates at that point.
Yeah, and as the count is evened up to Jocelyn Alo at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lauren had a 17-game hitting streak at one point, with Shay Knighton a 19-game hitting streak and Sid with a 16. There's a line drive. That is caught. Oh, what a play at third. Lead went up and got it.
I mean, that was a phenomenal play and great heads-up play. Just quick pivot, reach. I mean, that ball was hit so hard.
I don't know
Just
if
great reflexes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have been fair or not, but Sarah Queen, the third baseman, makes a heck of a play as you see the defense behind the pitcher, Megan Lee. Stewart in left field goes and gets just about everything. She's impressive. As Grace Lyons digs in, and she hits one deep down the left field line, and gone! It's gone! A bomb off the bat of Grace Green has staked the Sooners to a 2-0 lead and has extended Lions' hitting streak to 7 straight games.
I mean, that was out of here. That was an absolute shot. First pitch up in the zone, just taking advantage of it early in the game. I mean, there's no sense in waiting around getting some pitches to check her out.
No.
Not when you can do that.
Attack. Home runs this season are brought to you by Whataburger. Down the line, it's 200 here at Hall of Fame Stadium, USA Softball Hall of Fame Stadium. That ball went 217 over the left field wall. And for Grace Lyons, chalk up home run number 9, RBIs 25 and 26 on the season. Home runs this season brought to you by Whataburger, as the first pitch to Kinsey Hansen is a little up for ball 1. And for the Oklahoma Sooners on the season, they're well on their way to their average of 3.67 home runs per contest, which is number 1 in the country, as the 1-0 pitch misses low. And chalk up home run number 67 on the season for this team.
I mean, that is incredible. I feel like there's some schools that don't even get that many runs in a season.
You might be right. The 2-0 pitch to Hansen misses low. 3 balls and no strikes.
Especially this early in the season. Let's go with that.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. 2-zip Sooners. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Megan Lee. Ball 4. That'll bring Colony, Texas product Jada Coleman to the plate. Long look into that Houston dugout. Catcher Katie Ray Brown. The pitching coach for Houston is Lacey Waldrop, who was here at Oklahoma as a volunteer assistant for a season. Florida State All-American. How to deal with Jada Coleman here, and that first pitch misses low and away. What is that, 5 straight balls now from Lee after giving up the home run?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you've got to kind of stay off the plate. I think surely the scouting reports say you got to leave it down and off the plate. So I think that that's something she's going to have to resort to.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Tried to lay the bunt down. Did that stay in the batter's box? No, just foul.
Foul ball.
That's the thing about Jada Coleman, for those that haven't had a chance to watch this team this year. For those listening on our simulcast on the Sooner Radio Network, you're probably tired of hearing me say this. But Destiny, there isn't anything that she can't do. I know that's double negatives.
No.
My second grade teacher would be so mad at me. But she can do it all.
That is why I'm so excited. I've heard her name for so long. She was part of the Coach Gasso camps, and just growing up and understanding this kid is she's finally here, and we get to see what she's working with. And from what I've heard and seen and all these numbers I get to look out before I come in broadcast, I'm very impressed, and she's a true triple threat, which is kind of rare.
She swings through the 1-1, just loops a little humpback liner to short on the 1-2, and she's going to feed it out. How about that?
It's unbelievable. And that ball wasn't hard to get to. It did have some backspin. But just quick, good placement.
It'll bring Taylor Snow to the plate. As Taylor Snow walks to the plate with Destiny Martinez, we get an opportunity to take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Riverwind, still the one. And one of them we saw kind of on display, which was control, as the first pitch to Snow is fouled back. And I know you're excited for this team to play here today.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think just them missing out on it last year, and being able to be here, it's special. It's right down the street. I think that for OU to have the opportunity to play here at least once a year is necessary.
The 0-1 is pop foul.
Because it's such a great experience for them. And just to see how the field plays, and also just to kind of see the future out here, see what it's like. And I know we all have hopes to see them in the World Series this year, so giving them this experience is huge.
Here's the 0-2 pitch that's bombed. Deep to right field. Carry ball. It's gone.
My gosh.
Kaylin Snow, a 3-run launch to right field. And a big smile on Neener's face as she airplanes into home plate. Second home run of the game from the Sooners, and it's 5-0.
I am so happy to see this live. Everybody's talking about OU and their sticks, and their offense is on fire, and I've been here for the first inning, and we're up 5-0. It's unbelievable.
Here comes Jana Johns. There's only one out in the inning, and the only out was on a line shot off the bat of Jocelyn Allo that Queen made a heck of a play on down the third base line. Kristen Vesley's going to bring the entire infield together. Don't think we'll have a pitching change quite yet. The Sooner dugout is going to use this opportunity to try to fire up the Sooner fans that are here. We're at 25% capacity, where our overall attendance with the new upper deck is around 13. Is that right?
So with the upper deck, we've added, it's 9,000 permanent seats. When we talk World Series, we normally bring in the outfield bleachers, which you won't see those today. But the outfield bleachers add another 4,500. So World Series, we typically have, we will have 12,500. But now with the upper deck seating, it's permanent 9,000.
So in other words, for just a regular game day, the possibility to have, even without the outfield bleachers, one of the biggest crowds of the season for the Sooners, as the first pitch to Johns is on the inside corner for a strike, even at 25% capacity. By the way, the home runs this season brought to you by Whataburger, now available for curbside.
Yeah, so the last World Series we had, our max capacity was 9.
Wow.
So
the 0-1 pitch misses. Ball and a strike. 5-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Megan Lee is going to try to fight and scratch and claw to get out of this inning. Here's a 1-1 in the dirt.
And this is tough because I've seen the spray chart, and they can go left center, right center, left field, right field, center field, deep center field. So what do you throw them?
The 2-1 pitch misses inside 3-1. Yeah, and then who do you pitch around?
This is a tough situation for Megan.
Megan Lee's in a tough spot, but every pitcher that goes against this team is going to be in a tough spot with the way they're hitting the ball to start the year. The 3-1 is looped into shallow left field. What a play. Moving in and making a diving catch is Stewart. We told you she covers a lot of ground and makes every play near her. And she took away at least a single there from Jana Johns, and there's 2 away.
And that's what you need to see at this point. For Megan in the circle, you want to see your defense coming out and making those types of plays for you in this situation. I think just going all out, full effort, making diving plays is really the only thing that can save you.
Here comes Grace Green. Green getting the start. For the 7th time this season, she takes the first pitch for a ball. Straight up 500 batting average for Grace Green, and the 1-0 pitch misses low, a ball and a strike. Green hit her only home run of the season against Houston in the first game of a doubleheader back in early February. Here's the 2-0. That caught the outside corner, 2-1. We are going to have what appears to be a rather inconsistent strike zone on the edges today.
Yeah, that did not seem to be in the strike zone, but it's okay.
As long as you get used to it, you'll be fine. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Green stepped out with that front foot. Is even on the count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, and the Sooners up 5-0. Deuces Wild here. The pitch, little up, ball 3. Nicole Mendez waits on deck.
See Reagan really trying to stay off the plate as much as she can. I think at this point, to beat them, you got to have them chase and throw things that they cannot hit, but that look good.
The 3-2. Fouled straight back. Well, rolled pretty close to us. This is exciting because this is an area that I'll probably never get to come to during the actual Hall of Fame, or during the actual World Series, because this is where ESPN will be broadcasting. This is nice. We got plenty of room up here.
Yeah,
windows open wide. It's a beautiful day. Sooners are up 5-0. Here's the 3-2 to Green. Line shot, 1 hop to second. Nice play by Holsey. He throws to first and ends the inning. But what a start for the Sooners. They pounce early. Grace Lyons goes yard. And Oklahoma's up 5-0 as we head to the second on Sooner Sports TV, presented by OU Health. The future of health is here. First pitch in the top of the second inning is a ball to Paige Lott. Oklahoma leads at 5-0. As Lott, one of those players near the bottom of this lineup that has struggled. Started all 18 games, but hitting under 200. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Sale throws it right by her to even the count of the ball and a strike. It'll be Lott, Shaw, and Holsey. So we're playing the second. 5 runs, 4 hits for the Sooners. 2 of those 4 hits home runs from Grace Lyons. Taylon Snow. 1-1. Good pitch, but low. 2-1. She's Destiny Martinez. I'm Chris Plank. We are on the TV radio simulcast side for today's 2 games. Grant Wade, our producer. Parker and who else is helping us out today back in the studios? The 1-1 has popped up on the infield, but that's going to get out of play.
Ooh, nice catch.
Good catch in the second round. If only you could keep it, right? That's the kind of catch that you wish that you just would be able to keep.
Well, I don't know. With COVID, are they allowing?
Ooh, that's a good
throw it back
question.
in? We got germs on it now.
That's a good question.
Know.
Maybe she gets to keep it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sale's ready. The pitch popped up. Is that going to be in play for Johns? Almost the same spot, but falls into the Sooner dugout. They were right there to make the play, but those were 2 perfectly placed foul balls that just made you chase a little bit, not be able to get there.
And for Shannon to come in with 5 runs, she's got some insurance. I think she's going to be able to paint her picture a little bit easier now, find her confidence.
2-2, Pop fouling out of play. Oh, I forgot Parker's working. Phil Lyons is back in the Sooner Vision studios today and on our radio side. Really good stuff from EK. Eric King making sure we stay on the air. On a day when Mother Nature is threatening, but we're trying to get into.
She's holding off.
She's holding off, though. She's
Just
a softball fan.
Oh, yeah.
Just for us. 2-2. Bounced foul.
Paige Lott is in there battling, and I mean she's pulling outside pitches down the left field foul line.
This is a
kind of tough to throw to her.
This is a Houston team that I'm sure is a little bit frustrated by what happened against UMKC earlier today. The 2-2 pitch is a cold strike 3 right on the inside corner. 1 away, and Shannon Sale has her 4th strikeout of the game. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks in an inning and a third for Shannon Sale. Here's Brittany Shaw. Shaw, the first baseman She is the consistent hitter for Houston in the bottom part of this lineup as the first pitch misses somewhere, ball 1.
Not sure where.
Shaw hitting .325, a home run, 10 RBIs. Those 10 RBIs, she is third on the team for Houston. 1-0. Ooh, that just misses. 2 balls and no strikes.
Pretty far in. But, I mean, she's really painting these corners.
2 balls and no strikes.
And I think Sale's at a point where we can let them hit it. We can make some plays. She's got a great defense behind her.
A 2-0 pitch misses up. I think Kinzie Hansen heard your advice, Destiny. Because for the 3rd time today, she's making a trip out to the circle.
I think maybe she's putting a little too much pressure on herself and trying to do it all. But again, you've got a phenomenal defense behind you that if you leave it closer to the zone, maybe you're going to get a called strike or ground ball. You never know.
There is ball 4, and that will be the 4th walk to go along with 4 strikeouts for Shannon Sale here in the top of the 2nd inning with 1 out. As Paige holds it. Second baseman made a nice play to end the bottom of the 1st inning on a hard hit ball by Grace Screen, and she takes the first pitch for a strike. Houston lost the first game today to the Kansas City Roos, who, by the way, improved to 11-2 on the season. Halsey was 0 for 2 in that game. She bats here with a runner at first and 1 out, the 0-1. Boy, that's a really good pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Five runs on 4 hits for the Sooners. Shannon Sale hasn't allowed a hit, but Houston has had 4 base runners. There's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. She just threw it right by her for the 2nd out of the 2nd. That's some Destiny Martinez advice that's getting taken right there.
Great pitch. I mean, I think just let loose. Have some fun. It seems like a little bit stressful out there for her. But, again, she's got a lot of strikeouts.
She's got 5 of the first now 9 hitters she's faced, and back to the top. First pitch swinging, fouled back for strike 1.
But on top of the case, she's got the walks. So it seems, I mean, she's doing it all herself. Trust your defense, have some fun, let loose.
I saw Shannon when I had to go back by the stadium on Monday. She was walking in with G. Juarez, and she said, "Did you think we had a game today or something?" So she was in good spirits all week long. Here's the 0-1. Boy, this pitch really seemed to miss the spot that Hansen thought it was headed as it misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. A good point from our man Richard Martis. Lily, Bronco are working on the replays today. I'm sure they're fantastic replays, Lily. I'm sure they're fantastic. The 1-1 catches the outside corner, strike 2. And there is no person at Sooner Vision, when these broadcasts are put together, that is more passionate about making sure that everything looks good and sounds good than our man Richard Martis.
We've got a great team.
Got a good crew here.
Yeah.
And then there's me. 1-2.
Oh, knock it off.
We're here to make sure that we don't mess it up too much, I think is one way to put it. As Sale misses outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Chris, you are the best.
I'm insane is part of the problem. That's part of the issue.
That's okay. We need it. Every
single ball that gets close to the wall, I'm jumping up out of my seat like it's gone. But that's this team this year, right? Sale
That's been your lifestyle for a few years
now.
That's
right. The 2-2 is fouled back. It almost looked like Sale shook a pitch off there. Did you see that?
Oh, I missed that. No. But I could see that. It seems like there's some that she's not real comfortable with.
For those that aren't too familiar, the process, at least as it's been over the last ever, Jennifer Rocha call the pitches from the dugout, relay them to the catcher, Kinsey Hansen. No need to get a sign because Sale gets him two. The 2-2. Skied to center field, right center to be exact. Coleman calls off everyone and makes the catch to end the top half of the second inning. Couple more walks, but Shannon Sale getting it done as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Oklahoma 5, Houston 0 on Sooner Sports TV, presented by OU Health. To the bottom of the second we go. Sooners on top 5-0 along with Destiny Martinez. I'm Chris Plank. Grant Wade taking care of us, producing on the TV side. Our man Eric King in the radio studios of the franchise too. And Nicole Mendez will lead things off for the Sooners as Megan Lee goes back to work after Sooners, new pitcher for Houston. I was about ready to say that doesn't quite look like Megan Lee as it's gone to the pen, and Rachel Hertenberger will be called upon, the junior out of Alvin, Texas, by way of Alvin High School. 2-3 on the season. 17 earned runs as Mindy's got a chance to beat this out, and she does on the slow roller to short. And the Sooners have the leadoff hitter aboard again.
And that's exactly what she needs to do. The 9 spot is a turnover to the leadoff. Just get yourself on base, set the table, set the tone, get this inning moving.
There was a certain 00 who was really good in that 9-hole spot.
She was all right.
We're talking about Destiny, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Let's not get anybody upset. Talking about myself.
Here's Tiare Jennings. She singled and scored a run. Came home on the Grace Lions home run in the first. And she takes the first pitch low. Well, while Tiare is at the plate, Destiny, we did want to take a moment. We've talked, and we'll give you a good shot of the upgrades here, but the grounds crew has done a phenomenal job with the turf here.
Yes, we've got Ryan Morris as
Jennings pops this one to right field, by the way. Going to be an easy catch by Lott, and there's one away.
We got Ryan Morris as our sports turf manager, Jake Hill, Kyle Maddox. They are phenomenal. They are our go-to guys for everything out here. You got a question, they got to answer, and they will fix it. But just everything they do, the field is in great shape. It's a 24/7 kind of job out here.
And they turn it over quick between games.
Right.
You know, you've got the potential for, 3-4 games here today.
Yeah. Yeah, they work their ends off, and they are here well before any of us. Prepping it, getting it ready. It's an all-week kind of prep. These fences, I don't know if you guys know, these fences are temporary, so these come in and out by those guys. Just phenomenal staff.
First pitch to Jocelyn Allo misses low for ball 1. Oklahoma on top 5-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Allo at the plate, the pitch. A cue shot down the first base line, foul. What more can we say about the start to this season by Jocelyn Allo? I feel like I say that every broadcast. 13 home runs, 39 RBIs. She's in the top 10 for RBIs in a career. Moved into 7th on Wednesday night. Number 2 in career home runs behind just Lo Chamberlain. Here's the 1-1.
Shelby, right?
She passed Shelby, passed Schultze. Schultze was 3, Shelby was 2. The 1-1 pitch misses low and in for ball 2. It's pretty amazing when you consider the career that she's put together. Here's the 2-1 to Allo. She had a cut and fouled it straight back.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that too up in the zone.
The sophomore Hertenberger, as we mentioned, Sooners had a chance to see her earlier this season. In fact, she pitched in both games against the Sooners. Did a really nice job against OU in the second game, allowing just 1 earned run in 4 innings. Here's the 2-2. Hopped up. It's going to get out of play. Catcher Brown gave chase, but it just below the first row of seats. Mendes at first after a leadoff single. Jennings flied out to right. It's a 2-2 count on Jocelyn Allo with the Sooners on top 5-0. Well, I'd be paying attention to those guys walking behind the left field wall here. As Allo, rips one foul. That got up in her eye. There's a lot of Sooners that are standing in that camera well to socially distance, and Nicole May just saw her life flash before her eyes. Patty Gasso reminding them, have your head on a swivel.
And pay attention. Eyes on the batter.
2-2. Ball 3. Runner goes. Mendez is going to steal the bag on a pitch in the dirt.
What a great read. I think she was able to see that right out of the hand that was going in the dirt. She took off.
I feel like when Nicole Mendez is on first or second base, she's always trying to get that extra bag. So she's always
very aggressive.
If it's in the dirt, even by the slightest, she's going to find a way to get it.
She's got a great read on the ball. Normally, if you can pick up a change, you're pretty aware.
My. This ball's launched to right field, but not deep enough. Racing back to make the catch is Lott, and there's 2 away as Mendez tags up and runs from second. Off the bat, I thought that had a chance to go a little bit deeper than it did.
I did too. I think that might be our view up here. Looks a lot further than it was. But back to Mendez with her read on the ball. I think a lot of players are able to pick up on a changeup, and maybe that's when you're going to steal. You can read it. You can see the way that the pitcher grips the ball maybe, and just take your lead and take off. But she's got a special eye for anything that's close to the dirt right out of the hand. Because, like you said, she's very aggressive on the base pass, and she's going to take that extra base.
First pitch to Grace Lyons is low for a ball. Grace Lyons did a little yard work back in the first inning. Launched a homer over the left field wall, which for Grace was her 9th on the season. Just get to 10, Grace. Make this easy this weekend as the 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. In the second, Oklahoma leads at 5-0. Runner at third, 2 outs for Grace Lyons. 2-0 pitch. On ball 3. Did not miss by much. It's been kind of fun today. We usually have our third inning check-in on Twitter at OU on the Air to hear how many of you are listening from inside the stadium today. It's almost got a World Series feel. As the 3-0 misses low, ball 4. Here's Kinsey Hansen.
It's nice to see some fans in the stands. It's been a while.
It's been a while, and it's a fun night. By the way, that is correct. I have an old stat sheet in front of me. I keep saying Josh has 13. It's 15 home runs this season for Jocelyn Alo in 2021. Puts her number 1 in the country. T.R.A. Jennings, by the way, is right behind her with 13 as the first pitch misses low and away for a ball. For some reason on the stat sheet they gave us to start the game, I had wrote down 13. How dare I short Jossie the 2 that she hit on Wednesday night. Here's the 1-0. I caught the outside corner, 1-1.
I'm excited to see this first and third play she's got going here. When I was playing, we practiced over and over and over these first and third plays. And they're so rare in a game that you practice so much that it's like maybe once a weekend you get to execute it.
1-1 is launched foul. Is it that cold to be that bundled up already out there? Say a fan that's got at least a blanket and a jacket.
I don't know.
It's blowing.
Has it dropped?
Across the field. It feels good in our spot.
Yeah, we're good.
1-2. Oh, no, that kind of fooled me a bit because I looked down and she was just throwing to get a softball. I was like, oh no, what just happened?
Have you gotten to see a first and third play executed yet?
They haven't had to use it much this year.
Okay.
In fact, with a 1-2 count now to Hansen, I don't know if we will, as Hansen launches 1 foul.
Yeah, I'm hesitant with just there being 2 outs, but you never know.
Hear the crowd getting into it, or at least trying to. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Five runs on 5 hits for the Sooners. And there's a line drive into center field, a base hit. Mendez scores easily. Lyons will take off and reach third on the RBI two-out single from Kinzie Hansen.
I love the way that sounded off the bat. It's such a strong hit right up the middle of the field. I mean, they came to play softball today.
And that'll bring Jada Coleman to the plate with runners at first and third. And now, maybe you might see a first and third play on with the Sooners up 6-0. Something worth keeping an eye on. Well, they might not get a chance to. Lacey Waldrop is going to go out and chat and see where Benvenides are, what their current pitcher Rachel Hertenberger is. Benvenides will join in the conversation, the Houston shortstop, along with the entire infield. Really good crowd here today for a start that had been pushed up a little bit earlier. 11:30 pitch. I think originally we had it set for 12:30, and then to try to get everything going, moved up an hour. Had a game that was played before us. Houston fell to KC.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I feel like I've seen so many schedule changes this week.
The conversation with Hertenberger is over. And she'll stay in the game here as Lacey Waldrop returns to the locker room, the dugout, and the Sooner base runners return to first and third. That's Hansen at first. Lyons is at third, and here's Jada Coleman. Boy, in tight at third is Queen. First pitch misses up high, ball one. 6 runs now for the Sooners on 6 hits. And an RBI for Kinzie Hansen. Here's the 1-0. Hard hit ball through into center field, a base hit. 7-0 Sooners on the RBI single up the middle from Jada Coleman, who's 2 for 2 on the day.
Jada Coleman has proven herself. I have been so excited to see her and the way she carries herself, the things she could do, the patience in the box. Just impressive.
For Coleman on the season, chalk up another RBI. That'll give her 18 so far. And the first pitch to Taylon Snow is low for ball. Snow homered over the right field wall her first time up. Now she bats with a chance to really blow this game open here in the bottom of the second inning. Sooners on top 7-zip. She takes the 1-0 pitch for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1. Waits on it, hits a hard one hop to second, but a good play by Holze, who gloves throws and ends the inning, but the Sooners go with 2. Couple of clutch 2-out RBI singles from Kinzie Hansen and Jada Coleman. Sooners lead at 7-0 on Sooner Sports TV, presented by OU Medicine. To the third we go. Oklahoma's on top of Houston 7-0. The Cougars will send the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, and Bethany Bush, Sarah Queen, and Katie Ray Brown. Along with Destiny Martinez, I'm Chris Plank. Grant Wade, our producer on the TV side. Good job on the radio side tonight as well, or this morning. I always say tonight for some reason. Eric King. Bush walked and was stranded at second in the first inning. First pitch fouled back, strike 1. When we're on the radio-only side, I brought this up a couple innings ago, and they're going to call an illegal pitch.
On what?
So the count will be a ball and no strikes. Usually Jennifer Rocha will pop out of the dugout, but they haven't adjusted it on the scoreboard yet. First base umpire came over and called it as the 1-0. That's in for a strike. 1-1.
Yeah, since the call came from him, it may have been a back foot.
I wonder if it would. Yeah, the home plate. The home plate umpire had it 0-2. Right, and the first base umpire is correcting him and saying, no, illegal pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. And now they're making sure they're all on the same page.
We got to get the scoreboard.
Because whenever that pitch was called a strike, the home plate umpire originally held up no balls and 2 strikes. Listen, I mess up enough things. When I get something right, I'm going to let you know about it.
You nailed that one.
I was all over that. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Bethany Bush digs in, the left-handed hitting June.
You said 0-2 pitch. It's 1-1.
1-1. I'm looking at the scoreboard. Yeah, now it's 1-2.
There we go.
Yeah, I wonder if that is a back foot. The rules about illegal pitches are so fascinating. I mean, I think everyone just thinks Kelly Barnhill and the hop.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it than that.
Yes, there is. And I think from him calling it on the first base side.
1-2 is just pure filth on the off speed, swing and a miss. Strike two, 5th strikeout of the game for Shannon Sale. But you were saying that you think it might be a back foot then?
It might have been, yeah. That, or, I mean, it gets so technical to the point where if you touch dirt and you don't touch your pants before you touch the ball,
right,
that's an illegal pitch. The rosin bag, I don't see one, but that has rules.
First pitch swinging, fly ball pretty deep to center field. Coleman has a beat on Sarah Queen's fly ball and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. I think there is even as precise of a rule. Some of the former pitchers that are catching us today could probably hit us up on Twitter at OU on the air and let us know. But getting your target, if you double take on getting your target at home plate, that could be an illegal pitch. This year, you mentioned with COVID, you can't go to your mouth anymore. So you're right, not wiping your hands from the dirt could end up being an issue. Sarah Queen did say.
Grabbing the ball, putting it into the glove, and then taking it out. Yep. There's something with that. I mean, there's quite a few little rules that you wouldn't even pick up on.
First pitch is fouled off, no balls and a strike.
I say little rules like that's not a big deal. That's a big deal. Just things that aren't heard of.
Long look from Sale. She brings home the 0-1 outside. But I was mentioning our third inning check-in we usually do on Twitter, and I was saying it's so fun to see so many people here, like Courtney Bryce texting in, who's watching from here in the stadium, Teresa Lake, and among others. This is awesome to see an event with so much space to allow us to have this amount of fans in the stadium to watch this today. The 1-1 is popped up, and that's going to get out of play.
So is OU having any fans right now?
25% capacity.
Okay.
Wednesday night was the first night. The first weekend was fanless from a perspective of tickets that were for sale.
Got it.
Friends and family on the guest pass list. The 1-2 pitch, a little low in the dirt, but so just to kind of lay out the schedule, originally the Sooners were going to play today, a game against Liberty tomorrow, and then play a Sunday game in Norman. But now the way it's looking is if we can get both these games in here today, we won't play a game on Saturday and play 2 games here on Sunday.
On Sunday here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sales ready. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Fouled off.
And Liberty isn't here today at all. Is that correct?
No, they are not.
Okay.
Liberty, as far as my understanding, is getting set for an Oklahoma State game.
Okay. Oh, that's a pretty good trip.
Not bad, right?
OSU and OU. Not bad.
2-2. Bounced foul.
She is not afraid to get in on the hands.
She's not.
She is not. It's good. She's got a lot of foul balls.
7-0 Sooners, top of the third. 2 pitch. Bounce from. I mentioned 2 on our third inning check-ins. Austin Boyd was all over the shorting of a couple of home runs for Jocelyn this year. He was trying to give.
He got
on, but he was mad.
Uh-oh.
John was all over me for trying to give Sale another strikeout. Guy's got to keep me in line sometimes. Here's the 2-2. Sweet foul ball. Pop Gasso all over me whenever you and I didn't give proper credit to our guy Black or focus on this game. We got to have your mindset.
Poppy's on right now?
Oh, he's on me.
Oh.
He's my. No, when I need to get in, I go to Jim Gasso.
Yeah, that's true. It's a
right.
good resource.
Here's the 2-2. Little up. Well, I blamed you. So Destiny's making me work too hard. Got to get this right. A 5-run first thanks to 2 home runs 2 manufactured runs with 2 outs in the second. Sooners on top 7-0. The pitch. Ooh, just missed. Outside, ball 4. First walk for Shannon Sale this inning.
Really good at bat, though. She really battled in there. She had quite a few foul balls. Really made Shannon work.
Good look at that pitch. Just missing. Kudos to Carrie Van Dorn in audio, giving you all the ambient sound here today. The first pitch is fouled off by Rock Benavides, who has a baseball background. I mentioned the background sound because with the reduced capacity, while it's great to see fans here, you can hear everything in these dugouts, and it's fascinating to just sit and listen. Energy producing, the encouragement, the criticism, it's all there. The 0-1 popped up behind home plate. That's going to get out of play, just out of our reach. If I tried to make a dive for one of these balls,
you're going to roll down this net, Plank.
Patty Gasso would probably remove me from the broadcast on the spot.
Just as long as you get down there, you land, you pose, make it worth it.
All right, in foul ball territory here. Here's the 0-2 from Sale. Hard hit ball to third. Nice play by Johns. Gloves, throws, gets her. Inning over. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Oklahoma in control, leading Houston 7-0 on Sooner Sports TV. Presented today by OU Medicine. The future of health is here. We've been anticipating as Johns takes the first pitch from Hertenberger for a ball. Jana flied out to left field on a really nice play by Stewart, making the diving catch. There's the 1-0 pitch. It's headed home. A little I didn't mean to check swing. This popped up on the infield, and Benavides makes the catch.
Just a little bit unsure whether or not she wanted to go with that one, but
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. It's like it caught her where it might not have even been a swing if they checked with the first base umpire.
She was committed. I think the pitch came a lot slower than she was expecting. Kind of just bounced half.
Well, this brings slot Lindsey Elam here. It's one of the Sooner captains, one of the super seniors, takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Elam so far on the season, .353 average. Let's have a home run and 8 RBIs. She takes that very slow off-speed pitch for a ball. Sooners have, I don't want to use the term platoon at catcher, but they've been using both Elam and Hansen behind the plate. Usually when one isn't playing, the other is DP.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a rotation that Coach Gasso likes to have available when she's recruiting. Schultz was pretty consistent, and I feel like after that it was kind of rotation.
Yep. You had Whitney Ellis, and then whenever she left, Leah Wodak took over behind the plate. But even during the latter part of Wodak's career, she kind of struggled at the plate as this one too misses up. So you would see a little bit of Elam. There's a couple of other players they might try to rotate in, but Kinsey Kelso is very capable behind the plate for the Sooners too.
Yeah, and I feel like that's with any position in this
Looper
program.
back to the pitcher, and the play is made by Hertenberger, and quickly there's 2 away. Yeah, that's a good point. There's not really a position on this.
You can't get too comfortable here.
Yeah. There's not a position on this field where you look at it, you're like, no, we're set there. We're good to go. I'm comfortable, especially with the position versatility that a lot of people have. They're showing Sooners one of the softballs. Maybe there was something they saw in it that just seemed a little bit odd. And I don't mean that, by the way, in anything outside of maybe it was a little warped or had a cut on it.
Yeah.
So don't have to think like a knuckleballer out there with a file or anything.
It was nothing crazy. It might have hit some concrete.
Nicole Mendez singled and scored a run her last time up on a, she would call it a nice little soft slap to short and beat it out. She scored on the RBI single from Kinsey Hansen. 3 straight retired here by Hertenberger.
Close.
Mendez did a good job of selling that. How close do you think it actually came to?
I'm not sure.
Looked pretty
From
close
here, it looks pretty close, yeah.
7-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Mindy. It's in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes with the top of the lineup, and Tiare Jennings waiting on deck. Lana Thede comes sprinting down from the Sooner bullpen. She was throwing a bit. Wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see Lana. If the Sooners can add a few runs here, the 3-0 is in for a strike.
Pretty hard. One thing I like Mendez is she's also a triple threat. You never really know. Depending on her situation, she could swing away, and it could be a double through the gap. It could be a bomb. She could slap. She can bunt.
She can walk.
And she can walk.
All 4. Well, the Sooners scored their 2 second-inning runs after there were 2 outs. Mendez had single to lead the inning off. And after Tiare Jennings and Jocelyn Aloa flied out, Grace Lyons walked in a 2-out RBI single by Kinsey Hansen, followed by a 2-out RBI single from Jada Coleman. So, see, the top of the lineup can work a little 2-out magic. Jennings is 1 for 2, singled and scored a run in the 1st, and takes the first pitch for a strike.
Great lead over there by Mendez, really drawing attention from the catcher. Did you see the pitcher duck?
Yeah. The 0-1 is hammered to left, but not deep enough. Ranging back and misplaying it, but still catching it somehow was Stewart. She had overran it and then reached back and made a fantastic highlight reel test. A catch.
Yes, it was a great play going all the way back to the fence.
Unreal. Sooners go scoreless in the 3rd, but lead at 7-0 on Sooner Sports TV, presented by OU Health. First Love's travel stop pitching change of the day for the Sooners. Alana Thede will be called upon from the pen. As Howie digs in, here's the first pitch from the lefty sophomore, and it's a little up.
Ooh, I thought she went for that.
They never checked with the first base umpire, but ball 1. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk this season, and 4 2/3 for Thede. She's been the recipient of some great run support as the 1-0 pitch has popped up on the infield. That's the new second baseman, Mackenzie Donahue, who's in to make the catch, and there's 1 out. We'll go around the horn here on some defensive changes for you. Behind the plate, Lindsey Elam, who pinch hit for Grace Green, stays in the game. She's the catcher for the new pitcher, Alana Thede. With Mackenzie Donahue in at second, they have moved Tiare Jennings to short. The corners stay the same with Snow at first and Johns in left. And Riley Boone is out in center field, patrolling center field for the Sooners. As the first pitch to Lott is bounced to first base, easy for Snow, and there's quickly 2 away. This is what we talked about when Alana Thede checked in. She will pitch to contact.
And that's what you need at this point. I think you want to give your defense an opportunity to make plays, keep the ball in the zone. And with Alana being a left-handed pitcher, she's got a great fastball, great curveball. Just really being able to stay in the zone and make the defense work.
First pitch is a strike. There's been a couple of times this season late in games, I said Alana Thede's been the recipient of great run support. In her 3 previous appearances, the Sooners have outscored their opponent 61-4. You add today, and she's pitched in games where the Sooners have a 68-4 run advantage in games. 0-1 is pop foul.
So she's pitched with some insurance.
She's had quite a bit of insurance whenever she's pitched this year. But with that said, she hasn't allowed a run. She's very confident out there. She trusts in her defense. And she's just an all-around great kid.
She's
super
only a
nice,
sophomore.
engaged. Yeah.
She's got a lot of room to grow. And that's good that she's getting to practice and be at her best as a sophomore and not really have the stress of close games or no insurance runs.
And she throws strikes. You're not going to be in a situation where, you know, Alana Thede in a 7-0 game, or the last time she came into a game, it was 17-0, where she's going to walk a few people. Here's the 0-2. Well, that one's clubbed deep to left field, and it's gone. Now, that's one of the dangers. You're not afraid to let the other team make contact as someone like Brittany Shaw put a charge into it and launch it over the left field wall. And it's 7-1 Sooners. And for Shaw, her second home run of the season. And that ball was launched out.
Yeah, it was. But with good velocity, if you leave that pitch up, and Houston is a good ball club, if they take advantage of that pitch that has the velocity on it, it's going to go.
It's been a bit of a frustrating day for Houston. They were smoked earlier today by KC as the first pitch is fouled by Holsey. Final score in that game was 9-3. They've fallen behind 7-0 here, but seems like every time the Sooners play Houston in some way, shape, or form, it's a challenge. Even in their run rule win earlier this year, Houston had played them tight early in that game before the Sooner bats exploded. One of 4 games in 2021, 4 teams that the Sooners haven't finished off in run rule fashion. The Houston Cougars. Here's the 0-1, a little low. And by the way, that came after they had finished them off in run rule fashion the game before. So Kristen Vesley in her 5th year, only the second coach in the history of Houston Cougar softball, has this team headed in the right direction as the 1-1 is a little low.
Yeah, she's been able to produce some quality teams. Did they make it to a regional in 19?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think they've had some good runs. She's a pretty good coach.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Bounced foul.
OU alum. They had Schultz over there for a few years.
And she dipped in a roundabout way back into the OU coaching tree with Lacey Waldrop, who's over in the first base coach's box. She was with this team during its run for the national championship in 2017. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Alana Thede gives up a home run, but that's it. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Jocelyn Allo will lead things off. Oklahoma in control, leading 7-1 on Sooner Sports TV, presented by OU Health. 7-1 Sooners now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jocelyn Allo will lead things off. Lined out to third, flied out to right. 32-game hitting streak on the line potentially as we get a little later in this game, and she takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Leads the country with her 15 home runs on the season. Second all-time in Oklahoma Sooners softball history in career home runs. Here's the 1-0. Tried to check her swing. I don't think she went. She did not.
That was a pretty good changeup.
2-0. Everyone dialed in for Allo, who takes that off speed for strike 1. If she times one of those up, look out.
Yeah, that could be bad.
2 home runs for the Sooners already today. They both came in the first inning. Pitch. That ball's hit pretty deep to left field, at the track, at the wall. It's gone! It's gone! Jocelyn Allo extends the hitting streak to 33 straight games as she launches one that just gets out over the left field wall, and Oklahoma gets the run back it gave up. It's 8-1 Sooners.
Jocelyn is just so strong. She can take any pitch and get it out of the park. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Wow. We don't know what could happen in this game. The Sooners, with another run this inning, put this in run rule territory. But that's got to be at least the 4th potential last at bat that she's had this year, in which she's extended her streak. And the first pitch is a ball to Mackenzie Donahue, who's, I would say, pinch hitting here, but she came in the top half of the 4th and played at second. She's had a great start to the season. has Mackenzie Donahue. 1-0 is a little up. Donahue is hitting .478 this season. This is well, she's played in all 19 games so far for Oklahoma. Probably the most improved player on this roster. Pitch, bounce back up the middle into center field, a base hit. On cue, Kinsey stay high. Single after the Alo home run. So the fence in left field, 220, right?
Right.
The measurement on the Alo home run, 221. As here comes Kinsey Hansen. The single by Donahue hitting for Lyons here is the 19th of the game. I don't think you read into Grace Lyons leaving this game a little earlier. We talked about it in our pregame show. She took a pretty hard foul ball off her ankle in the Missouri game as the first pitch to Hansen is lined back up the middle. Actually, it looks like it hit off the pitcher, and Hansen doesn't beat it out. Bang, bang, play at first, and they get her.
I'm pretty sure that came off the pitcher.
Did that? Yeah, and they're going to come check. I don't know if it caught her glove. Unfortunately, we can't see the replays here in the booth. So you guys will have a better look. Grant Wade will have to relay it to us, Grant.
But what it looked like, for those of you on the radio, it looked like it ricocheted off her body. But
Yeah.
she's acting like she's fine.
Might have got her glove.
Yeah. Ricocheted off the pitcher towards second base. Second baseman made a play.
Donahue did
Close
advance
play.
to second, and it ended up being a very close play at first base. What's the verdict on the replay, Grant? Did it hit the glove or the pitcher? That's the big question as Riley Boone steps in. Boone pinch. Well, Boone was in as well defensively. Looks like on the shoulder. Wow, she took it off the left shoulder. As the first pitch to Boone is low for a ball. That is one tough, gritty pitcher to take a hard hit ball that looked like it was destined for center field right off the
She didn't
shoulder.
even react. And great heads-up play by Holsey at second base.
Exactly.
Being alert and making that play happen.
It's the 1-0 to Boone, misses low and away 2-0. And I'll tell you what, I would be rattled. Hertenberger appears to be okay. The athletic trainer for Houston came out and talked with her a little bit, but he ended up retreating back to the Houston dugout.
Pretty quickly. She's owning it.
2 balls, no strikes. The runner at second is Donahue. The pitch to Boone. Low for a ball. I had JT Gasso on our Sooner Sports podcast this week. And it's interesting that both Donahue and Boone are involved in this scenario. He said Donahue's superpower is she finds a way to get on base. Boone's superpower is that she just finds a way to put the ball in play. No count. He's in for a strike, 3-1. And if Boone gets the ball on the ground anywhere on the infield, she is a tough out at first base with her speed.
Yeah.
Hitting here for Jada Coleman. After playing center in the top half of the inning, there's a hard hit ball towards second. No chance to get. Bobbled and dropped a bit by Holsey. It was going to be a tough play even if she fielded it cleanly. And there's 2 on with 1 out for Taylon Snow. A little bit more deliberate now between batters for Brown. The catcher walks out, kind of repositions the defense a bit. They are giving Taylon Snow right center field. Oh my, she gets one in that right center field gap. She can run forever.
The field does look huge.
Time is called. Kristen Vesley is going to go out, and I wonder if this is a situation to where it's more of a wellness check on Hertenberger than anything. Because if there is one thing that Hertenberger hadn't really done, it was fall behind too deep in counts.
Right.
She has walked 2 hitters, and she was down in the 3-1 count to Boone after the line shot, but it was a short meeting. Leslie's heading back to the Houston dugout. You mentioned 5th year as head coach at Houston. She's been with the Cougars since 2011. Prior to that, she was the Blanchard High School head coach. Going to adjust the mask here quickly of the Houston pitcher Hertenberger. And you had brought up the last full season, 2019. They actually were in the Austin Regional and had rolled through the winners bracket. Texas had to beat them twice.
Right, I remember them putting up a fight.
2019 in order for Texas to advance to the Supers. And everyone's ready to go. Here's Taylon Snow with runners at first and third. Might we see a first and third play here as the first pitch is up high to Taylon Snow? You had asked for it earlier in the game, Destiny. We haven't seen it much this year from the Sooners.
First and third play. We got one out. We can make something happen.
8-1 Sooner lead. Here's the 1-0 to Snow. Luck. Not a bad count here to do it either. It could start either with after the pitch, Riley Boone just walking towards second base, or a little bit of a delayed steal to try to force a throwdown. Boone's well off the bag, but it's ball 3.
And Boone has a ton of room to work with, just knowing that that second baseman's playing so far over.
Yep.
It's almost like they're in a heads-up position for a first and third play.
Yep. The 3-0 is in for a strike. That's a good point, Destiny. Maybe, and if anyone would understand it, it would be Kristen Besley and Lacey Walt. The 2017 season might have been one of the best seasons for that first and third play. And Lacey saw it a lot. Here's the 3-1. Waits on, pokes it down the left field line, and what a catch. Tagging, though, is Donahue, and she'll slide in safely. Off to second is Boone on the sac fly from Taylon Snow to put this game in run rule territory. It's 9-1 Sooners. Boy, Donahue.
Just great heads-up awareness on understanding, hey, that ball's foul, but this left fielder is going for it, so I can tag. Just being alert and aware, getting back to the base so you can tag.
3 RBI day for Taylon Snow, puts her at 17 for the season. And here's Jana Johns with a runner at second and 2 outs. First pitch to Johns is a little low, ball 1. Johns is 0 for 2 on the day. Flight out to left, flight out to short. Ooh, they throw behind Boone at second. And a little bit too far off. Brown keeping her honest.
Brown did not like that. But I appreciate Boone really drawing that kind of attention at this point in the game.
1-0 pitch is a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nine runs on 10 hits. The 1-0 pitch, a little up, 2-0. The pitch, ooh, a little up, 3-1. Sooner dugout still very much engaged. A 5-run first, thanks to 2 home runs. 2 runs in the second. A Jossie bomb to lead things off in the 4th. Sooners have put 2 on the board. It's 9-1. Here's the 3-1. All 4 on a pitch that didn't miss by much. And Lindsey Elam will bat for the second time this game. Grace Green led things off, or started the game, I should say, as the DP, and Elam checked in the 3rd inning and ended up catching, so Hansen now technically the DP, and we are going to have a pitching change officially here, as that's going to be it for Hertenberger. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of ice put on that left shoulder for Hertenberger, who is being replaced here with 2 outs and a couple of runners on, first and second. Sooners up 9-1. We'll tell you about the new pitcher. It's Lutz Travel Stop pitching change, and we'll get you the details after this. Logan Helon will be called upon here for Houston. She pitched 2 2/3 earlier today against Kansas City, allowed a run on 3 hits. Threw 47 pitches in that game. She's also faced the Sooners, has the sophomore out of Dripping Springs, Texas. She'll square off against Lindsey Elam. Oklahoma up 9-1 with 2 outs and runners at first and second, and the first pitch is low and in for a ball. Elam pitched in the 5-3 win for the Sooners. The Sunday second game in Houston. 2 2/3, allowed just 1 run on 4 hits. 1-0 pitch is low and in. Also pitched well on that Monday for the Cougars against Tarleton State. The game against KC was their first appearance since since February 22nd. 2-0. Fourth foul. In fact, today we are seeing Hewlin for the first time since the Sooners were in Houston. Pitched earlier today against KC, now getting an opportunity against the Sooners. 9-1 Oklahoma. 2-1 count here to Elam. The runner at first is Johns. The runner at second is Riley Moon. The pitch. Hard hit ball foul.
I like the way she came in. She came in very aggressive, ready to go. She's hitting her spots. She's not afraid to come in on the hands either. Elam's having to battle these pitches.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Bounced foul again. Kinsey Kelso has moved into the on-deck circle for the Sooners. There's Kinsey in the background. Jocelyn Alo has extended her hitting streak to 33 straight games with a leadoff home run here in the 4th. The pitch. It's a hard hit ball to center field. Carries to the track, to the wall, and it's caught. Good job by Howie to end the 4th, but the Sooners strike back with 2 big runs thanks to this leadoff home run from Jocelyn Alo. We head to the 5th. Sooners 3 outs away from a run rule win. 9-1 Oklahoma on Sooner Sports TV, presented by OU Health. Another inning for Alana Thiede. She'll face the top of the lineup for the Houston Cougars, and the first pitch to Lindsey Stewart Vaughn is in for a strike.
I like her. I really like the way she comes out and just gets after it.
There is not a lot of messing around with Alana Thiede. It's straight to work as the 0-1 misses outside. Same defensive alignment for the Sooners as we saw in the top half of the 4th, except Zeta Pooney has checked in at third. True freshman over at third base. She could be challenged here by Stewart Vaughn if she lays down a bunt. Instead, Thiede throws one that she barely gets a piece of. A ball and 2 strikes. Zeta Pooney hit one on Sunday against Sam Houston that still hasn't landed. Her first career home run. Absolute bomb.
Left field, center, where was it?
Left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Foul tip, just got a piece of it. Oh, we got a new left fielder, too. That's Kinsey Kelso, who has checked in for Jocelyn Alo. So Kelso in left, Boone in center, and Nicole Mendez in right. Snow at first, Donahue at second, Tiari Jennings at short, and Pooney over third, and Lindsey Elam behind the plate for Alana Thiede. Hattie Gasso, as she has all season long, ushering in a lot of bodies. 1-2, just low. And you can do that when you have a lot of bodies, like the Sooners do this year.
Yes. Yeah, I think that that's so important. And one thing that she really strives to do is have talent that you can mix in and out.
2-2 is grounded foul.
And she gives everybody an opportunity to earn their spot.
I've had a couple of these questions that I'd love for you to answer.
Okay.
Because we were bragging on the ground screen. A lot of questions about the outfield. So we'll tell you in Pulaski after this 2-2 pitch. Just a little out, 3-2. It's just grass that is going to grow whenever the weather turns, right?
Yes, that is a weather-related color. Yeah.
As someone who is in love with lawn care, this is my front yard out there right now. 3-2 is lined to center. Boone got a late break, but what a great catch full extension. Diving play in center field by Riley Boone, and there's one away.
What a great read by Riley Boone, really just taking that first step and getting after it. She was able to track that down and lay out. What an absolute great play. Oh my goodness.
Hello,
I love to see
that.
Yes,
Wow.
I love to see that. Top 10.
One away. Here's Bethany Bush. Lefty is 0 for 1, walked in the first, and Didi throws a strike. So again, when we come back in June, it'll be beautiful, lush green grass in the outfield.
It'll be beautiful.
Someone had asked if it's rocks. No, there's no rocks out there. I promise you guys. Here's the 0-1.
No,
There's a hard hit ball to left field. Let's see how Kelso plays it. Oh, she's all over it. 2 away. You always kind of wonder about those converted catchers being put out in the outfield, but Kelso makes a play with a big smile, and there's 2 outs.
It's always fun seeing the converted catchers out there having to read a ball from that angle and not behind the plate.
Last hope here for Houston is Sarah Queen. Here's the first pitch. Oklahoma up 9-1, and it just misses outside. I can only use this stat during this game, so I want to use it before the Sooners ended.
Get it out.
Oklahoma's 18-0, 6-0 at home, 6-0 on the road, 6-0 at neutral sites.
Not
I mean, it's perfect.
Bad stat. Yeah, that's pretty good.
There's a hard hit ball to short, backhanded by Jennings. Watch her arm. It's a laser, and she got her. Win column Sooners. Game over. They're 19-0 on the season, and 15 of those wins have been by run rule fashion. The #1 team in the country makes a statement, winning today by a final score of 9-1.
Just
And what a play by Jennings.
phenomenal footwork. Jennings just backhanding it, being able to make that turn and get rid of it with an absolute cannon.
Final score, Oklahoma wins it 9-1 in run rule fashion.